Alvarez. Canelo. Steroids. Y'all don't talk about that. So we don't know. We really don't know all the fighters he beat, and he was not. What he could have been not clean in a lot of fights.
You know, to stay humble.
Which one for the office? This one in the middle.
So I may do another exhibition this year.
Which one?
What do you think of that, Floyd?
I think Pacquiao, he chose a hell of a fighter. Shit, we got so many fighters at PBC, I thought he was with me.
Ahead of Terence Crawford's fight with Canelo Alvarez, boxing legend Floyd Mayweather has issued a warning to Alvarez about the potential effects of a long boxing career. Mayweather pointed out that fighters like Alvarez, who have participated in numerous high-profile bouts, may experience unexpected drops in performance. He reminded Alvarez that, despite his impressive career, the demanding nature of boxing could affect his readiness when facing a tough opponent like Crawford.
With Floyd Mayweather's mindset, after being the first guy to beat Canelo Alvarez, thoughts on a fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. I had people that stated that they feel like that Floyd Mayweather would essentially hate on the situation.
Hold me back. Eddie, you're fight, Eddie. You fucking stuff. Only fuckers. He said, all you fuckers, hold me back.
The highly anticipated showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford is set for September 2025 during Mexican Independence Day weekend. In this super middleweight title fight, Canelo will defend his WBC, WBA, and WBO titles against Crawford, who is stepping up from welterweight to 168 pounds for the bout.
Teddy Atlas.
What does that mean?
He said you're the most overrated Mexican champion in history. He said that Salvador Sanchez.
Boxeador mexicano.
Más popular,
pero sin causa. Sí.
Fucking crazy, that guy. and you think he knows boxing? Fuck.
I mean, it's not a secret that that's a fight that's been discussed by a lot of us and by a lot of people in the sport for quite a while. Certainly, it's a fight that Turki Al-Sheikh from Saudi Arabia has shown a lot of interest in. And of course, if it's going to get made, someone's going to have to put up a lot of guaranteed money. And he's probably the person that's going to do it. He's obviously been working closely with Terence Crawford. He was involved with Terence Crawford's last fight.
Floyd Mayweather recently shared his perspective on the potential matchup, acknowledging Canelo Alvarez's remarkable career, including his rise to light heavyweight champion, a move Mayweather admitted he didn't foresee. He also ranked Crawford as the top pound-for-pound boxer in the world.
Bud Crawford shows once again why he's number one pound for pound on many people's lists, including my own. I don't think it was going into this fight was a question of whether Bud was going to win this fight. It was a matter of, he's about 35. He's had a 13-month layoff. Usually things start to, fighters start to look a little bit more ordinary when these circumstances start to present themselves. So we wanted to see if Crawford, how he was looking under the current circumstances, and if there was any signs of aging. I think Avanesian really, fought as good a fight as he can fight. Listen, this is a durable guy. He stays in your face. You can see why he upsets certain people, because he knows how to mentally stress you by and also physically stress you by staying in your face like that, cutting off the ring and forcing you.
Mayweather praised Crawford's versatility, noting that he can seamlessly switch between orthodox and southpaw stances. He highlighted that Crawford's adaptability and strategic approach in the ring will pose significant challenges for Alvarez, who is known for his power and discipline. Mayweather further emphasized that Crawford's ability to adjust his tactics during a fight, should things go awry, makes him a dangerous adversary.
Not official, but it may be a done deal. Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. Early thoughts? What do you think?
Yeah, look, the first thought is, can he handle the weight jump? Can he handle the weight jump? He being Crawford against Medvedev, people are going to say, "Oh, he he had some hiccups. Who don't have hiccups? When you eat something that's a little difficult to eat, and Matrimov was a little difficult to eat, he's not easy to digest. He's a good fighter. When you eat something that's a little tough to digest, you get hiccups, right? So come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, "Oh, Teddy, you make him so good. You're always saying how great Crawford is." But who's he beating? He unified the what was his first division? Lightweight. Then he unified the junior. Then he unified the junior welter. Then he unified the welter.
Floyd Mayweather and Canelo Alvarez have a long history, beginning with their iconic fight on September 14th, 2013, at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, one of boxing's most memorable bouts.
I was 23 with 43 fights and 30 knockouts, and the world said he was inexperienced. I was 36 with 40-something fights, and to tell you the truth,
at the time of their 2013 clash, Floyd Mayweather was already a boxing legend with an undefeated record and multiple world championships in various weight classes. Canelo, just 23 years old, was an emerging star holding the WBC and WBA super welterweight titles and widely considered boxing's future.
Pam, 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 hun, 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 pam, Gancho. Hun, 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 Digo. Hun, 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 eso. Hun, 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 eso. Eso.
Joe Rogan discussed how Canelo Alvarez's loss to Floyd Mayweather in 2013 had a major impact on Canelo's career. Rogan noted that this defeat served as a critical learning experience for Alvarez, leading him to improve his defensive skills, particularly his head movement. Rogan pointed out that this loss became a turning point for Canelo, motivating him to refine his approach in the ring.
Canelo, and he was like standing right in front of Canelo, and Canelo's just whiffing. It was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight when he realized it. I mean, my God, when he fought Danny Jacobs, and Canelo's just standing right in front of him, bobbing and weaving. That's all what he learned from fighting Floyd.
Listen, Canelo needs to understand he's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're going to knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? Scores a knockdown every time, power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference, and that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys. So you got to keep.
On a recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, Rogan shared his thoughts on the upcoming fight between Canelo and Crawford. Rogan believes Crawford has the upper hand against Canelo, citing Crawford's speed, skills, and smart tactics as key factors that could lead him to victory. He also discussed how their contrasting fighting styles will make this an exciting matchup.
Say if Canelo was the champion at 147, to go up 168.
Right in one jump.
Yeah, in one jump.
It's a big jump too. 21 pounds. It's a lot of weight.
Canelo Alvarez boasts an impressive record, having defeated numerous top-tier fighters. His ability to compete across various weight classes showcases his versatility and talent. In the super middleweight division, Canelo's power stands out, making him a formidable force. He can land heavy punches and withstand hits from opponents, marking him as a tough adversary. In addition to his power, Canelo's quickness, sharp defensive skills, head movement, and precise counterpunching make him a well-rounded fighter. Canelo's experience against elite competition has honed his ability to adapt and strategize in the ring. His recent victory over Edgar Berlanga in the super middleweight division further solidified his position as one of the sport's best.
I'll say he is the hardest, for sure. One of the fighters that hit very hard was Angulo. You know, he's a Cuban guy and he punched very hard too. So I'll say both of them are like the same, but you know, with Canelo, I was just mentally ready for his shots. You know, I already told myself, I know I'm gonna get hit. I know I'm gonna get hit on my chin, but it's, you know, I gotta bite down on my mouthpiece and push. You know, and look what happened in the third round. I got hit with a left hook. We'd be practicing in camp the whole time, you know, keeping my right hand to my chin, and I wound up just moving, and he connected right on my chin. And you see how I punched my glove, you know, that's like a thing for me when my last time when I got dropped, I was punching my gloves, 'cause I'm like, damn, I got hit with a shot. I'm not supposed to be on the floor. But, you know, it comes to boxing, you know, the greats done got dropped, you know, got hurt, but it's about how you come back and respond.
Can go crazy with Canelo. Oh, he's too big. He's a good night for Crawford. He's going to bed. All that stuff. Not so fast. Not so fast. Don't forget that the other guy is bringing something to the party too. And he's bringing the things that hopefully I just described to you guys in the best way I can. When it gets closer, we'll get more thorough with it. But right now, I think you know where I'm leaning. And I'll make it even clearer where I'm leaving. So there isn't a lot of suspense. I ain't going against Crawford. Okay? I do think he's that special guy. I think Canelo's special too. But I think Crawford's special in a little bit, even more so. Even more so. He hasn't learned how to lose yet. I think he does have those special ingredients that go beyond the physical genetics, the physical DNA. So that's it. Okay? Good. You don't like it? Too bad.
I think that was a fair breakdown. I mean, listen, those ingredients you're touching on with the smaller man are the same ingredients you saw in Usyk. Abilities and ways to find a way to win.
I'd like to know what the weight's at in this fight, but has that been figured out yet? Probably not, because
no.
That to me is a...
Edgar Berlanga also shared his views on the Alvarez versus Crawford matchup. He acknowledged Crawford's exceptional skills and boxing IQ, noting that Crawford's abilities could present a significant challenge for Alvarez. However, Berlanga pointed out that Alvarez holds a notable size advantage due to his natural weight class. He believes the fight may be uneven because of the weight difference, suggesting that despite Crawford's impressive skills, Alvarez's size could ultimately determine the outcome.
Vegas for Fight Up TV, powered by Stagefront VIP, being joined here with Teddy Atlas. Teddy, I got to get just right to it. Terence Crawford wanting to move up 3 weight classes to fight Canelo Alvarez. You as a trainer, what's your insight on that? And I don't know, would you advise a fighter to move up 3 weight classes to fight someone like Canelo?
You got to remember, he's already moved up 3 weight classes. So now you're talking 6, if you add on 3. You know? Yeah, my math is different than yours, being that I've been in this business my whole life. So 6 is a lot. 6 weight classes. That's a lot. 3, you know, he had the skeleton for it. Does he have the skeleton to go up 6? I don't know that he does, but I know he's got this. I know he's got this. I know he's got the character, and I know he's got the mind.
How's it going, everybody? Marcos Vass from Fight Up TV, powered by Stagefront VIP, greeted the audience. I'm joined here with Teddy Atlas. Teddy, I have to dive straight into this. Terence Crawford wants to move up 3 weight classes to face Canelo Alvarez. As a trainer, what's your take on that? Would you advise a fighter to move up 3 weight classes to fight someone like Canelo? Teddy Atlas responded, "You've got to remember, Crawford has already moved up 3 weight classes. So now you're talking 6 if you add them up. My math might be a bit different, considering I've been in this business my whole life. 6 weight classes is a lot. 3, yes, he had the frame for it. But 6? I'm not sure he does. Still, I know he has the heart, the mind, and the special gifts that very few fighters possess.
A few weeks ago, you heard what Terence Bud Crawford had to say on why he wants to take on Saul Canelo Alvarez.
I just want the opportunity, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. He's the most accomplished fighter, and I would just like to, fight another great.
Which is a very noble reason. I mean, it's a reason that I can get behind. If you notice, his primary reason isn't money. He did say it'd be the biggest fight, which, you do want a big fight, but I don't think he meant monetarily, which the money comes, okay? But what he's saying is he want to test himself versus the best. And I think he's telling the truth here, right? Of course you want big money and stuff like that, but I think his swan song is just him test himself up against the very best. Those are the reasons the war room can get behind.
Are you tired of people asking you about Terence yet?
No, look, I always say, I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is. But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with Spence. He did almost look very easy. But I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But you never.
A major challenge for Crawford will be stepping up 2 weight classes to face Canelo. In his last bout, Crawford fought at 154 pounds and won a decision against Israel Madrimov. However, moving up to super middleweight will force him to face much larger, stronger opponents, which will be a tougher test for him.
Wanted to fight, kind of downplayed it to a certain degree, but it wasn't that long ago. I don't know, maybe a couple of months ago, he was doing an appearance and he was asked about it and he didn't close the door on it. In the past, he sort of closed the door on it and was like, I'm not interested. He's like, listen, I'll talk to anybody and listen to what they have to say about the deal, any kind of deal. So in my mind, that sort of at least cracked open the door to have the conversation. Like he wasn't just saying, forget it, in terms of working with Turkey or anybody else. So I think that Canelo is a smart person in terms of his boxing, but also in terms of his business. And when he looks around at the landscape and he wants to make a huge amount of money, like all top fighters or any fighter for that matter, and he looks and sees, who can I fight where I can make the biggest score, in a big time fight? And I would say to you that in terms of at least American boxing, or in this side of the world, it's not.
Rafael also weighed in on the upcoming fight, noting that this is one of the most eagerly anticipated matchups in boxing. He emphasized the significance of the fight for Crawford, stating that it would be a crucial test to see if Crawford could compete successfully in the super middleweight division and challenge a dominant champion like Canelo.
Past Saturday, but do you feel like a fight like Terence Crawford, I see he wants to fight, he's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better, no? Terence Crawford is a great fighter, he's a good fighter, but like I say, he's a weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and then you never know what happened.
Yeah, for sure.
Just a few weeks ago, you heard what Terence Bud Crawford had to say on why he wants to take on Saul Canelo Alvarez.
I just want the opportunity, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. He's the most accomplished fighter, and I would just like to, fight another great.
Which is a very noble reason. I mean, it's a reason that I can get behind. If you notice, his primary reason isn't money. He did say it'd be the biggest fight, which, you do want a big fight, but I don't think he meant monetarily, which the money comes, okay? But what he's saying is he want to test himself versus the best. And I think he's telling the truth here, right? Of course you want big money and stuff like that, but I think his swan song is just him testing.
Former world champion Demetrius Andrade believes that while Crawford is an exceptional fighter, Canelo's size and experience in higher weight classes give him the upper hand. Andrade predicts that Crawford may struggle against Canelo's power and agility in the ring.
I don't really say nothing about that. If that's what he wants to do, then that's what he's going to do. Canelo is a man that he does anything he wants to do. I don't think really what people say affects him. But I feel like the people, they want to see David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez. It's the biggest fight to make happen, and I feel like I'm the biggest threat too.
I'm the face of boxing.
Crawford wanted a payday, but Crawford didn't do good at 54. When I talk to people, they all tell me you would have knocked him out at 68.
Well, he knows now. He experimented. It's 154, and he knows. Maybe he do in 168 for a big check.
My last thing, Canelo, you just donated $70 million to build. You donated $70 million to build a center for kids with special needs in Mexico. Tell me about it. Why did you do that?
I always try to help people.
Why?
And I don't like to respond this kind of thing because I don't like to put myself like I help. I help from the bottom of my heart.
It was very nice. Enrique, Don Eduardo, las palabras de...
David Benavidez pointed out that Crawford's primary motivation for taking on Canelo isn't money. Benavidez believes Crawford is eager to test himself against the best and views this fight as a way to prove his worth.
Be great. That'll be 3 times. If you go 154 and win the belt, that's 3 times super. Then I said, chase super greatness. Come on, Canelo, 160.
Well, if he can get in there with Charlo in like his next 2 fights where he still got age on his side, then maybe go up again. Like if he's trying to chase the greatness. But I mean, he already done something that's never been done. Charlo don't want none of that smoke.
Terence Crawford, I see he wants to fight. He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better. No, Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He's a good fighter, but you know, like I say, he's weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and you never know what happened.
Yeah.
Making the leap to super middleweight to fight Canelo will be a significant challenge for Crawford. He will need to adjust to the physicality and power of opponents at this higher weight class. While Crawford's technique and skills are second to none, questions remain about whether his power and durability will be enough to compete at super middleweight.